Hello, all you degenerate old schoolers, and welcome back to another episode of The Orb. Tonight, it's a huge event. It's fucking big. This is X Points 47 Finals. We are damn near 4 completed years into X Points. The monthly, we've designated the in-boss. His name is Lucas. He's rooting for the Celtics, and he's representing a falling star. He's on the right. It's the Orb. My name's Joe. I sit on the left. I have the Time Walk playmat up. I can't be more excited. Let's take a look at these decks. And here is another look at my deck. It's almost mono red. X2 cards, the Time Twister, and the Time Walk. Everything else is red. This deck's built around Ywden Freets and Ball Lightnings, being able to slam in with the wide body 3/6 or the fast body 6/1. Either way, they're both 3 red to get in. I can clear the board with Earthquakes. I have a bunch of burn, Chain Lightnings, Lightning Bolts, Atogs. I have both the Draw 7s, and those pair super well with the playsets of Black Vices and Ankhs of Mishra. And then I have the ever-present Copper Tablet. Deals 1 a turn to everybody around. So, doesn't care who you are, it's going to hit you in the face for 1. My deck's been humming along pretty well. I went 4-2 in the main event, and honestly, I was ready to disassemble this thing. And lo and behold, I think I hit number 15 or 16, and here we are, battling it out for the number 1 position of the month. In my board, a couple Shatters. I do have a couple Shatter Storms for those mono brown decks. Blood Moons, Rebs and Bebs, Psychic Purges, and I have 3, not 1, not 2, but Trey Mana Barbs. And Mana Barbs can deal with the high-end decks, right? If we're willing to go long, and they need 5 or 6 to cast a creature, that's okay. Mana Barbs go in. If I think they're going to play COP Red, that's okay. Mana Barbs go in. Because every time they go to prevent a damage, they cause themselves a damage. So it does become a real problem. That's my deck. Nothing special, nothing crazy, just a bunch of quick red burn. Now let's take a look at my opponent's deck. And here we are with a look at Lucas's deck. Lucas is on a Grixis Troll deck. It's blue, it's black, it's red. It's a pain in the ass to deal with. He's been slaying mere mortals for months now with a deck that looks like this. He's got 2 Urnums and 2 Control Magics, and Control Magics at worst are absolutely stellar in this format. Darrelors and Sedge Trolls. Sedge Trolls are a nightmare to deal with. They just keep regenerating. He's got some direct damage in the form of Lightning Bolts, Shatters, and Fireballs to clear the path. 4 counter spells to deal with whatever he doesn't want to see in play. An Earthquake, Icy Manipulators, extra Power Sink, and then here are his points. He can Ancestral, that's half of his points, and then he spends 1 more to recall, and sometimes he can just pick back up that Ancestral and do it again. He also has Brain Geyser, because as you can see down here, he's got like something 27, 26 mana sources out there. Mana Drain to help ramp into that Brain Geyser. 1 Maze of Ith, and then the myriad of lands he has. In his board, he's running an Amnesia. So if someone's more controlling than he is, he's bringing in that Amnesia to just take away the hand and come in swinging for the win. Rebs and Bebs, Shatters, Shatter Storms, because there's been a lot of mono brown around. That Falling Star, couple Terrors, Agreed, and look at this. He's got 2 discs in there just to clear out the board, and those pair really well with Sedge Troll. So, Lucas has been doing great. This is going to be a tough battle. I can't wait. Here we go. X Points 47. Now. Lucas won the Can You Smell What the Rock Is Cooking competition. He was the only one that could smell it, so he is on the play. Fires down a volcanic and a pass. I show up to the game with a mountain. And a black vice. He takes 2 from the vice. Drops down to 18. First blood is done in this game. I show up with more mountain and do a copper tablet. Applying pressure, and he says,
"How about new, you crazy Dutch bastard?"
And I'm not even Dutch, but he gets 2 colorless mana. And my copper tablet's in the bin. He does take another point from the black vice, so that is doing real work. And look at this, he throws out a sedge troll, and it's still naked. He doesn't have a swamp to deal with. Oh shit. Being able to regenerate it, but he does have 2 mana.
How about new?
To shut down my ball lightning. Quick pass back to him. I'm down to 4 cards in hand, and here he goes. Aggressive strip mine, jamming a troll in for 2. I take my first blood. We're both. I take that back. I'm at 18. He's at 17. Very close game. Oh, here comes a time walk. That's a couple points worth of the X points. Untapping, drawing my new card. Finding even more points in the form of a Mox Ruby, tapping 3 red for a Ywden Efreet. I had just gotten these in before this tournament started. Can't wait for this 3/6 to come crashing in. And that's a problem for the Sedge Troll. The Sedge Troll does not have black mana up to sit there and take that beating. Ywden's cracking in for 3. Lucas is dropping to 14. I'm still on 18. And here comes an Atog. I do only have 1 left in hand. He draws up to 4. The Yingling's there for liquid encouragement. And he's got another Sedge Troll, but bad news for him is he still lacks black mana. And if we look at his deck, he's got a ton of it in there. Ywden comes crashing in, drops him down to 11. I mean, at this point, I should probably send an Atog with the backup of the black vice. Ah, he's got it. City of Brass. So that doesn't give the Sedges +1/+1, but it does allow them to regenerate for the cost of 1 life per turn. Pass back to me. Both low on cards, but that Ywden is crashing in again. Throwing a troll body in front of it and regenerating. Lucas drops to 10. Oh, more fuel to the fire. Here comes another Ywden Efreet. 1 more 3/6 body. Lucas finds a Hammerheim and a Mahamoti Jin. What a big bastard of a flyer. 5/6 flying through the air. I find more mountain followed by Time Twister. That's a real card. We'll reload hands. And I mean, the black vice is going to nab him for a few here. At least it should. We're going to pick up 7 new ones. I still have 4 mana available to me. Lucas has 1 City of Brass open. At this point, my Ywdens can jam in. I'm tapping 3. Oh, ball lightning. That's a real threat. Yeah. team is coming in sideways. That's a lot of damage. He's going to have to throw some bodies in front of this. Tapping 1, he's dropping a 9. Lightning bolt straight to the ball lightning. So ball lightning's removed from combat. Makes complete sense. Now his trolls are still standing there naked. No way to regenerate. Yeah, he's going to stack a troll and a Modi to block a Ywden. I think a troll to block the Atog. So Atog's gonna eat some food.
So you like donuts, eh? Well, have all the donuts in the world!
Atog's a rewards member at the Golden Corral. I mean, he will eat at that buffet. So he's gonna lose 1 Sedge Troll to the Atog. I'm losing 1 Ywden of Freet. And here we go, Chain Lightning to burn out that Modi. So, terrible enough, he loses a Modi and a Sedge. I still get to crack in for 3 with the Ywden. And he drops down to 6 life. I'm still on 18, feeling pretty good about myself. Well, I take that back. He's down on 4 life. Black Vice on the upkeep eats away a couple more. He needs to get something going immediately. Maze of Ith, that's a big help. And Chaos Orb, that's a real thing. He's playing the orb. We're on the orb. That makes sense. Protection. Find a new volcanic. I just need to sneak in the last few damage here. Tapping 3 for a ball lightning. And Lucas says,
How about new, you crazy Dutch bastard?
yeah, he just says get that shit out of here. Ball lightning straight to the bend. Does not get to participate. I do show up with another Ywden of Freet. That is real pressure. And send the team I have left in. Atog and Ywden coming in here. Lucas activating his Chaos Orb. Lining up his Eagle Eye shot. He is not one to miss. One of my Ywdens is down. What an absolute battle we have going on here. Yeah, I let the Atog eat more food.
I have baked a special don.
He mazes that Atog out of play. I slammed down another Black Vice. More Atog food on the board. That maze won that last round, though. Tapped the maze. I lost a Black Vice. And here comes Lucas with an Icy Manipulator. This may be a problem. I mean, he's down to 4 life. I'm still on 18. But I gotta deal that last 4 before he starts throwing Modis out there. And Black Vice pairs super well with Anka Mishra. It costs him life to play lands. and it costs him life to hold cards in hand, and he taps down my Ywden before attacks. I'm kind of stuck. I can't send Atog in because he can block with Sedge Troll and then undo everything with the maze. So I'll just take a drink of beer and call it a day. See what he comes up with. He's got plenty of land to do whatever he needs to do, and he's getting very aggressive here, sending in his Sedge Troll. I'm dropping to 16. So move to combat. Ywden gets tapped down again. Tapping 5 for Earthquake for 4. Let's see if he can say no one more time. He cannot. That is game number 1. Almost mono red sneaks by, beats out the Grixis troll deck. So we'll swap out some cards and move on to game number 2. And here we go with game number 2. Lucas is on the play again, starting with a volcanic and a pass. I call his volcanic and pass back to him, and he shows up with his black source, Underground Sea, one card he did not have last game. I find my second volcanic, tap 2 for a time walk, and he lets it go. I'm time walking right now. That always feels well. Get my new card, play a new land, tap 2 for an Atog. Pass back to Lucas with 5 in hand. He finds an island. His deck does eat through a lot of mana, and he does have a fair amount of protection spells in the beginning. Atog cracking in for 1 here. No artifacts to eat. Lucas takes the first point of damage at game number 2, dropping down to 19 life. Oh, and hauling in with an Ankh of Mishra. And all Lucas can say is, no thank you. Send that shit to the bin. Does it with a Shatter. Mostly because his deck requires a lot of mana. He finds another black source, a swamp. If he can come up with a troll, they're going to be in really good shape. And just a pass back to me. That smiling Atog isn't going to do a whole lot without a bunch of brown things on the board to be eaten. But he is cracking in for another 1, dropping Lucas down to 18. Tapping 3 for a Ywden. And Lucas has a Terror for it, sending that to the bin. 2 really good answers between the Shatter and the Terror. Oh, here we go. Fireball for 2 on the Atog. The Atog smells like cooked chicken. Unfortunately, he's dead, but here's another Ywden Afreet. And Lucas says,
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
Yeah, he's got answers for everything. I think we both have 2 cards left. And here comes that Sedge Troll. Tapping 2 islands and his volcanic to power it out. He's still got 2 ways to regenerate it. I can show up with a copper tablet, but he's got the advantage here. I'm on 20, he's on 18. He takes the first damage from copper tablet and drops to 17. But he cracks in with his troll for 3. I also dropped to 17. And I eat 1 more to the face for my copper tablet, dropping to 16 to my upkeep. That doesn't feel well. I tap one for a chain lightning. Apply some pressure to his face. Lucas dropping to 14. I mean, we went through 6 or 7 turns with not a lot happening. Here's some damage being applied. Lucas drops to 13. He cracks him with a Sedge Troll. I drop to 13 and 12 in my upkeep. My deck has pretty much unlimited resources. Lucas drops down to 12 in his upkeep, but cracks in for another 3. I'm down to 9. This math is not working out in my favor. One more for my own copper tablet. Down to 8 in my upkeep. I need answers in soon. I don't have a whole lot that can show up and deal with that Sedge Troll, but I do have a Ywden of Freet. Tap my 3 red mana for it. Tapping 2 more for a Chaos Orb. Chaos Orb's solid. I mean, if I send it off in his turn, he can make the troll regenerate, but that will tap it and not let it be able to attack. Lucas drops to 11 from Copper Tablet. Here comes Troll. I mean, at this point, I know he has direct damage. The Ywden is a 50-50 blocker at best because you have to go through a coin flip just to see if he can block. I decided just to take it. I dropped down to 5. Oh, Lucas plays out a Maze of Ith. That's going to shut down my Ywden. Tapping 1. We're going to go ahead and activate Chaos Orb, but he responds with a Lightning Bolt to my face and another Lightning Bolt to my face. I shoot one back to him, but he's still on 11. Doesn't really care about it. I lose game number 2. This matchup has legs. We are going the distance. One more review of sideboard and moving on to game number 3. And we are tied 1-1 in this X Points 47 finals. Lucas takes a mulligan. He played a Volcanic and a Black Vice. What a classic start. He takes 2 to the face from Vice and matches my Volcanic with his own. I find a mountain, and he shoots me in the face with a lightning bolt, just so he can take less damage with the Vice, which makes sense. Takes 1, drops down to 17. Finds a City of Brass. I top deck a Strip Mine and eat up his own Volcanic. I don't mind him being able to show up with black mana, but I do mind him not taking damage from it. So he takes another point from the Vice, drops down to 16. I find another Volcanic. 15. Black Vice has done 5 so far. That's solid work in my book, and Atog shows up to the board. Now, Lucas dropping to 13. That Black Vice has done a ton. Going down to 12 to leave a naked Troll, and guess what I have for it? That Lightning Bolt sends that troll to the bin. Lucas is tapped out. And Atog's cracking in for 1, dropping him down to 11. And 10 on his upkeep. This third game is halfway over, but look at this. Takes a point from City of Brass, drops to 9, drops down a Darrowlord. This is a serious threat. I can say this is one of the only games I have not edited out. For speed and making decisions, we'll see if I'll do that here in a minute. This game is flying by. I think we both take a mid-round breather here. I tap 4, and that may look like a Sedge Troll, but that is not a Sedge Troll. That, in fact, is a Mana Barbs. It's a German 4th edition misprint. Lucas mentions I'll probably need to mention that in the channel. Yes, that's an enchantment. It just looks like Sedge Troll. That is Mana Barbs. Anytime anyone taps a land for mana, it's going to cause 1 point of damage. Mana Barbs is going to deal it. It goes to your face. And that is tough. That's real tough with the Vice. It costs him to play out cards, and it costs him to keep cards. The cost is his life. Lucas looking through his hand. I'm on 17. He's on 9. So he has a kind of a long way to go still here. I think I remember Lucas possibly cursing Mana Barbs at some point in the game. And it is tough to play around. I mean, if you're an old school player, you play Atlantic or Swedish, odds are you don't see it very often. I mean, you don't see it very often. And X-Points, you don't see it very often. But here it is. From this point forward, unless he craps out Chaos Orb, everyone's taking 1 damage to tap for mana. And Lucas passes without attacking. I find another mountain and pass back to him. So unfortunately for him, his hand size is growing, and that Black Vice has him locked down. Here comes Darrowlord. I throw a smiling Atog in front of Darrowlord. He dies for the cause. And a pass back to me. I tap 5. Drop down to 12 for just tapping your own fucking lands. That's a tough one. And Earthquake for 4. Lucas says, no thank you.
How about no?
And I respond with a how about no of my own. Yeah, I mean, we're both taking damage here from just playing the counter spells. The Earthquake goes off. And it's going to drop him to 3. The 4 damage to me is going to drop me to 7. Reb resolves. Earthquake resolves. Counterspell goes to the bin. Now it's Lucas's turn. He draws a card, finds a land, plays it out. Bad news for him is I think he's got 4 in hand. He's got to do something now. I dropped a 2 and just passed to him. I mean, it's 7-3. This is anyone's game. We're down to the nitty-gritty. Draw another card. Tap 1. So we have a little conversation about this. I can put mana barbs on the stack and send my instant in. My instant's a lightning bolt. He's on 3 life. He's responding back. And he doesn't have it. Just has 1 direct damage spell, 1 lightning bolt. Wow. Look at that. Sedge Troll, Shatter, and 2 control magics. That's game number 3. So I take down X Points 47 from the Master. I cannot be more honored in this event, or really any old school event. Yeah, thanks everyone that plays old school. I have a great time. I love the community. I'm super impressed with the people I've met through this. So a big heartfelt thank you. I'm honored to do the orb. It pays $0.00, but I have a blast doing it. And it's great to hear some feedback from the community. I enjoy hearing people that like watching it. So thanks everyone. Glad to be part of the community. Have a good night. Thanks for watching the orb.